Hello, welcome back to another video. So this week's video is something a bit different. I've not done a normal haul in years. I used to do shit I've bought recently videos and I've not done one in literally years. And I don't think I've ever actually done like a favourites video on my YouTube ever, which is bizarre to me because I used to love watching favourites videos and I feel like no one does them anymore. But I want to bring them back because as much as I love talking about things that I don't like and why I don't like them, one thing I love more than that is actually talk about things that I do really love. And I feel like a lot of the time when I'm doing a product focused video, because it's an Alphalete review, especially recently, there might be quite a few things that I actually don't like. So I'm just spending a lot of time talking about things that I don't like and why I don't like them. But I do really love talking about things that I use the shit out of and genuinely really love. So that is what this video is going to be, especially because recently you guys are just the best. I feel like I've been sharing a lot more recommendations on Instagram recently, or just sharing things that like aren't necessarily all Alphalete. It's not all to do with fitness. I have other interests. I really like beauty stuff. I love fragrance. Like I'm such a huge fragrance head. I'm really into like jewelry stuff, like normal clothes, chill clothes, a lot of different things. It's not just Alphalete. Like I am not just an Alphalete saleswoman. Do you know what I mean? And I've had such good positive feedback from you guys. Like you've been asking for more recommendations or just saying that you're loving seeing me talk about things that have nothing to do with Alphalete. So I thought this would be a nice video for that because I can basically just talk about everything I love. Now, if you have seen things mentioned in vlogs recently and it's not in this video, I'm not capping. It doesn't mean I don't still love it, but for this video I really want it to be things that like I can stand on business for. Like I know I love it. The proof is in the pudding. I've been using it for a prolonged period of time, or at least long enough to know that in 6 months time I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't really like that anymore. Obviously I can change my mind on a product. It's not illegal, but I really wanted to keep this to things that I have been really utterly obsessed with recently. Got loads of different things. The first thing I'm going to do actually is clothes, because I feel like I never really talk about anything that's not Alphalete related. So the first thing is my Nike vomeros. These trainers, the chokehold that these shoes have me in, and they've not ripped at the back yet, which is really good going because I've worn these every day since I got them, and I got them in May. So May to now, they're standing the better test of time compared to my New Balances. My 9060s, I loved them, and this is no shade, no tea to anyone who still loves a 9060. I still like the shoe, but I've just gone off them on me. I'm not a huge fan of them anymore, and honestly, since I got my Nike vomeros, I've not worn my New Balances at all. I've still worn my 530s. I feel like these give off more of a 530 vibe than a 9060 vibe. I will link them below because I can't remember off the top of my head, the exact colour recommendation, but they're lasting very well so far. And I'm saying that it's only been a few months, but I have worn them every single day. I've also worn them for runs, which I'm not saying they're a good running shoe. I probably need to go and get, if I'm going to be running more, I need to go and get a gait analysis and get some like proper running shoes that are like 100% like tailored to my feet and gait and needs and all that good stuff. But they're just a really good shoe. They're really comfortable. Sizing wise, they definitely, because they're not as wide as like a 9060 for example, I feel like sometimes 9060s can run a little bit big. These are maybe a bit snug, but they do stretch out a bit with wear, so I would go with your normal size. Unless you've got particularly wide feet, you might want to go up half a size, but loving them. And this colourway, again, I'll link it below, is a good colourway because I like a white shoe, but it's slightly off-white, and obviously I've done outdoor runs and stuff in them, and they are dirty, but I feel like you can't really tell that they're dirty, so it's a good colourway as well for this UK weather, if you will. But yeah, other than the dirt from me doing outdoor runs, there's no sign of damage to them. Like the inside is still very much intact, and I just love these shoes. They're my favourite shoe. Love them. This is really random, but the Wrstbhvr TNA, I think they're called like the best ever socks or something. They're like a crew sock. They do an ankle version as well, which I do have as well. But I would say that the slightly higher one is my favourite. These are amazing. I bought these when I went to Houston just on a whim. I saw them and I just really liked the colour because it's that perfect like vintagey creamy grey shade. It's not giving prison grey, it's the perfect, it's a very girly grey is the way that I would describe it. And I just love it so much. And ever since, I've done 2 Wrstbhvr orders since I got back from that trip. And on both orders, I have ordered more socks. One time I got the ankle ones, the other time I got more of these ones, which are a bit higher. They're not too long, they're not too short, they hit me at a perfect point, and I love the colour of them. And also, the quality on these is really, really nice. Like, they're very plush underfoot, but I do find, because I am a shoeless bandit for the gym, to be honest, other than when I'm doing cardio, I don't wear I don't like wearing shoes in the gym. I don't know what it is, I just don't like it. And obviously there is signs of wear to the sole of the sock, but usually I do have holes by this point. I don't have holes in any of them, and it's the only sock, pretty much, other than the odd occasion. These have been in the wash and I've had to go for another sock. This is the only sock I've been using recently. I do still love my Alphalete Crew socks, but I just feel like I'm obsessed with this colour. I love it. It's a very specific shade of grey, and I just absolutely love it. I've been really, really, really enjoying it recently. Two favourite pairs of lounge pants that I want to share. So the first pair is actually from Crop Shop Boutique, and I will say, I would like to preface this, I love these, but I do think they are expensive for what they are. Would I buy them again? Yes, because I love them, but I do think they are slightly overpriced for what they are. I'm just going to preface it with that, but they are much nicer than Skims. I bought the Skims fold over cotton jersey pants. Skims do not do pants well, okay? They do not do bottoms well. They are such shit quality. They're so thin. Like, the quality of Skims bottoms is dog shit. Like, it's actually awful. Like, it's terrible. These are so much nicer, and they stand the test of time more. My Skims fold over pants, don't get me wrong, they look cute. As soon as I washed them, they went like cardboardy, they lost the softness. They're super, super, super thin. They just didn't feel as nice as these ones. So these are the, again, I'm going to link it below, but these are the Crop Shop yoga pants. So they've got this, like, it's sort of a deep, well, not a deep V, but a little bit of a V middle, and it ruches in the front, and then it's the same detail on the back with like a little ruche, and then there's obviously no scrunch bum, it's just a seam down the glutes, and then it's a very like subtle flare at the bottom. They only come in one length, and I wouldn't say they're super tall girl friendly at all. I'm 5'6" and they just about work for me. Sizing wise, I got them in a size small, I would say, to stay true to size. You can size down if you want because they're super stretchy, but you definitely don't need to. They are just so comfortable. They're so comfortable, they're so flattering. Like, these make, I just feel, I spoke about it in a vlog recently, I just feel like these make your glutes look really, 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 really good. And they're just nice to throw on when you want to be like lounging around the house, or I would leave the house in these, but just be mindful of what underwear you put on, because this waistband is double lined, the leg isn't. As much as it's thicker than the Skims ones, it's still a bit sheer, so you need like nude underwear with these, and like a very good match to your skin, because otherwise you will be able to see it. They can be quite see-through, but I would leave the house in these. But generally, even just for like walking around the house, running errands, they're just such a nice, comfortable pant to throw on, and especially when you don't want to wear joggers because you want something that looks a little bit cuter. I'm a joggers queen through and through, but sometimes I want something that's a little bit more girly. And this is perfect, and it's in like the most, you tell I've got a thing for like a vintagey looking marl. This is like a creamy marl shade, and they're so soft, super, super, super soft. They've maintained their softness, they've not shrank in the wash. Got an inseam any longer than mine. I'm 31 inches to the floor. I don't think you'll be a fan of these unless you don't mind a bit of an ankle swinger. If not, I'd skip on them, but for me, they work really well. They're really flattering, they're really comfortable, they're washing well, they're standing the test of time, if you will, and I'm really enjoying them. So yeah, the Crop Shop Boutique yoga pants I have been loving recently. The other pant I've been loving is I feel like I'm very late to the hype on these, but it's the Aritzia Sweat Fleece straight pant joggers. What size did I get these in? I got these in a size small, long. Again, I would say if you're any taller than me, I'm a 31-inch inseam to the floor. Maybe if you're like a 32-inch inseam, I think it's fine. But if you're any taller, again, the long isn't that long. It doesn't feel that long, but they're basically just a straight leg jogger. I'll pop in like a try on clip so you guys can see, but these are, when I took these out the bag, I was like, oh, because I've seen people rave about the Sweat Fleece, and like I was expecting it to feel a bit heavier. I don't know, I was just expecting it to feel a bit heavier, but oh my god, because these are so fluffy, on the inside and the outside. Like, they're fluffy on the outside as well. Like, they're just like butter on your body. And because of that, these are so warm. These are one of the warmest joggers that I own. Like, they're up there with my heavyweight Nikki Studios joggers without feeling as heavy, because the fluffiness of them is just so insulating. Like, they're a very soft fabric. And again, I've washed them and they're still just as soft. They've not gone like cardboard. I'm honestly really impressed with these, and it shocked me because honestly when I took them out of the bag I was disappointed, but the more and more I wear them, the more I'm like, no, I get it. I get it. It's like a velvety soft brushed cotton on your skin. Like, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but it's just the nicest fabric. Like, this fabric is so nice. I love it. And this is what they're like on the inside. They're just like the typical brushed jogger. So yeah, don't order these expecting them to be like tough heavyweight, but do order them expecting them to be very insulating and very warm. Like, I would only really probably want to wear these in the winter, but oh, honestly when I get out the shower and like I've done my body moisturizer and then I put these on, I'm like, yes. This is the Heather Cloud white colour. Stunning. It's the same colour as the socks, just a gorgeous like vintagey creamy looking mild grey, and I love it. I love it a lot. Final Aritzia thing. I'm aware this looks like an Aritzia ad, but I assure you it's not. This tank is dirty, so we're going to ignore the armpits because they've got fake tan on them, but I want to show you, and if you've been watching my vlogs you will know about these. It's the Aritzia TNA ribbed tanks. First of all, I just think these are really good value for money. They're $25, which is about 18 to 20 pounds depending on the day. And they're just so flattering. It's the square neck one. I don't know what it is about the square neck, but I just find it really flattering. It's a full, maybe not full length if you've got a super long torso, but it's not cropped by any means. It hits sort of like on a high hip point on body. They are single line. They're like a ribbed cotton fabric. They're 94 cotton, 6% elastane, which is pretty standard for like a t-shirt or a tank, but they're so soft on the skin. They're so soft, super lightweight, super stretchy. They don't like bag out, and they're not, you know when you get a tank and it's stiff and then you put it on and then it sort of like stretches but it doesn't stretch back in, like it doesn't have any retention in the shape of it. These do not do that. They retain their shape so well. I've got grey, I've got this grey, I've got black, and I've got white, and I love them. I love them. I've pretty much replaced most my tanks that have this sort of a neckline with these because I love them. In an ideal world, maybe I would want them to be double layered, just because with the white and with this one, it can be a little sheer, but I just wear my Nippies nipple covers, which are like the best thing ever. That's an honourable mention. I don't have them to hand, but the Nippies non-adhesive nipple covers, they basically work by body heat, but even when I'm cold I find that they still work, but you don't have like the painful like ripping them off because there's no glue or adhesive on them. They're super comfortable, and they look way better than like flower nipple covers, or you know, things that just make your nipples look weird. Like, I'd rather people be actually able to see my nipple than think my nipples look this weird sort of thing. Complete opposite of that, because they're a lot wider, they cover a lot more of your boob and it just sort of blends in. So an honourable mention to them. But yeah, the Aritzia TNA rib tanks, and every single time I wear these on Instagram recently I've had at least 3 or 4 questions saying, where did you get that tank from? It's the Aritzia TNA tanks, and again it's in that Heather Cloud white colour, and I just love it. It really is the perfect shade of grey. There's a common theme here. We're done with the Heather Cloud white for now, but there really is a common theme here, and I love this shade of grey. It's just a lot more feminine looking, a lot more flattering, a lot more pretty. Sort of gives me like Princess Diana vibes. So yeah, the Aritzia TNA tanks are great. They wash well, they don't lose softness, they don't bag out, they retain their shape well, flattering, they fit well. I wear these in an extra small, so you can size down, but a size small would be fine also because they're super stretchy. I've just got into the habit of getting them in an extra small, so that's what size I get. But yeah, you can stay true to size, or you can size down in these. On the topic of bottoms, I want to go over jeans really quickly because I've spoken about these to death, but I always get asked what jeans I'm wearing on Instagram stories, and these are the Zara mid-rise wide leg jeans. I have them in like the dark black wash and in this blue, and I've had them for over a year now. I've had them for quite a while. I wear them in a size, let me find the size for you. Mine are in a size 38, which I think is a UK 10. So I go, it's hard to say I go 2 sizes up because it's 2 sizes up for my waist, but I'm not sure about like legs and glutes and stuff. But these are my favourite jeans. I love them. I wear them all the time. And the thing that I love about these is because I've gone 2 sizes up. You know when people like jeans are so uncomfortable, like I don't know how anyone can walk around in jeans. I don't know how anyone could lounge around in jeans. I can lounge around in these jeans because they are so comfortable. I keep seeing TikToks about it, but I feel like it is true. Maturing is just stopping giving a fuck about how your ass looks in jeans, because honestly, the ones that are super glute flattering, I don't know how to describe it, they're just not usually very cool looking jeans. Like, they're not usually. I mean, there will be exceptions to the rule, but that being said, yeah, I go 2 sizes up. These are not flattering on my ass. Like, they don't cling to my glutes at all, but I don't care. They're so comfortable. The only thing I would say is I don't think these come in different lengths, and they are really long. And the length also differs between colours, so I wouldn't recommend that you blind buy these. I know I'm sending you into the depths of it here, but I would recommend, if you can, that you go and try these on in a Zara, because also different colours run a lot tighter. So I can't say for like every single colour how it's going to fit or the length, but the length and the fit does vary between colours, so do be aware of that. These are my most worn jeans. If you've seen me in jeans on Instagram and you thought, I wonder where those jeans are from, it's the Zara wide leg mid-rise jeans, and I love them. They're super baggy, super comfortable, not super flattering on the ass, but like I said, maturing is realising it's not that deep if your ass doesn't look good in a pair of jeans. Do you know what I mean? It's the Zara wide leg jeans again, but these are the high-rise ones. So these are in a size 36. So I got these in a size 8 just because I did want a pair of jeans that looks a bit less casual, like it's a bit more fitted. Obviously I've still gone for a wide leg because I just love how it just sort of goes like this on the leg, but I did want a pair for when I want something that's like slightly more fitted up top, just because sometimes it can look a little bit more put together. And also I'm a sucker for this wash. I just feel like it's a really good wash of denim and I really like it. And again, really like these, but I would say these are definitely stiffer than the mid-rise wide leg jeans that I've got. I don't know if it's the dye, I don't know if it's this specific colourway, but they are definitely stiffer. But these are, I would say, more glute flattering, and again, it might just be because I've gone with a size 8, so I'm sort of going true to size. I feel like my legs and stuff probably are a size 8, so it could be that that's playing a role, but I also feel like the rise and just the fit around the hip is a lot more flattering. I don't know, it's like the perfect fitted, non-fitted jean, and I'm a big fan. So yeah, the Zara mid-rise wide leg and the Zara high-rise wide leg are worth checking out. But again, I would say they're quite long, so if you are short, you might want to skip them, or if you really like them, you could always buy them and get them taken up. I bought this jacket earlier this year from the Frankie shop, and it was a bit of a splurge. It's the most expensive jacket I've ever bought, but oh my god, this jacket is like, you know how you have those coats and jackets where when you wear said coat or said jacket, that is the outfit? Like, I've worn this with like a plain black long sleeve fitted tee, leggings and trainers before, but then I put this on and it looks like a totally different outfit because it just gives a little bit of something to the outfit. That's what this jacket does, and I love it. It's so cool. It's like a, I'll pop in a try and clip so you guys can see, but it's like a crop bomber jacket. It's not real leather. That's the only thing which I feel like it was quite expensive for a, they say vegan leather, it's basically plastic. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is. So maybe if you can find something similar but cheaper, that could be an option. But I love the fit of this, and I wore it to London last Saturday and I got multiple comments on my jacket, like straight away. Like, I went into the train station in Leeds and I was getting a coffee, and a guy was like, love your jacket, love your jacket. When I went into Blank Street, there was a girl in there and she was like, oh my god, I love your jacket. And I don't really get compliments on jackets like that, but I got a lot of compliments on this jacket. It's definitely not going to be everyone's cup of tea because the shoulders are quite big, but I just find how cropped it is really flattering on me. Just seems to work for my build and I really like it. It's more of a statement jacket, if you will. But yeah, I bought this earlier this year, and now that it's getting a little bit chillier, this is going to be my jacket for when I don't want to wear a puffer coat. And it's not super warm, but it is quilted on the inside, and I do find it quite warm. Like, I was very warm when I had this on in London last week. And also it has pockets. They're not zip pockets, but you do also have a zip pocket as well on the chest on this side, but the ones where you sort of go like that aren't zip pockets, but there is a zip pocket option. There's also a little internal pocket, so there's like 4 pockets on it, so you've got plenty of place to put your stuff. I love the colour, I love the fit, and I think I got this in a size small. Let me check. I got it in a size small, but yeah, the Frankie shop, again, I'll link it below. I can't remember the specific name, but love this jacket. It's just a bit of a cunty jacket and I really enjoy it a lot. Okay, I always get asked for hoodie recommendations. Wrstbhvr. Wrstbhvr, hands down. I can confidently say, especially if you need to check the descriptions on things, because I'll be completely honest, some of the hoodies don't feel that different to what you might be able to pick up for a third of the price. These hoodies, I believe they're called the Haru hoodies. I've got the pullover and I've got the zip. I love both, but recently I've really been loving the zip up, and I'm not really sure why, but I've been really enjoying the zip up a lot recently. These hoodies quality, unmatched. The warmth, unmatched. The weight, unmatched. The feel, the fit, the structure, unmatched. They are just the best hoodies. Like, they are the best hoodies. Other hoodies that I've tried, I can't even really compare them to these because they are the best hoodies, and you can now get them in the UK with ease, so I'm now very confident and comfortable in recommending these. They are expensive hoodies, but these ones in particular, the Haru hoodies, they come in very core colours, very basic styles, and they are going to last you years and years and years and years and years and years and years. These are not going to be hoodies where you're going to have to get a new one every year because it now feels like cardboard from the wash. These wash well, they last well. They are just the best hoodies, and I do know quite a few people have bought them based off my recommendations, and when they've gone for the 500 GSM ones, the big hoodies, if you will, the core basics line, they've all been really impressed with them. If people haven't, they just haven't told me about it. There may be some unhappy people that weren't happy with them, but I've had very good feedback on these from people that have ordered them, and they do quite frequently do sales or discount codes, so I would recommend that you sign up on the website for the WhatsApp thing. You can go true to size with Wrstbhvr, in my opinion. You don't need to size up. Everything runs very oversized, and this particular hoodie, which is my favourite at the moment, it's the one I've been wearing most recently. If you follow me on Instagram, I've had so many questions every time I post a story, and I've got this hoodie on. People are like, where's the hoodie from? It's from Wrstbhvr. Like, this is in a medium, but I definitely didn't need a medium. I could have done a small. If anything, it's a little bit too oversized, but it still fits, and I'll show you how a medium looks. But you will see you don't need to go up a size. Usually size small is my true to size, so you don't need to go up a size, but yeah, this is how a medium looks on me. I'll show you that. But yeah, pockets on the front. It's a basic zip up hoodie in terms of like the design, but the quality of it is phenomenal. Like, the structure of the hood, the weight of it, even down to like the zip, it's a heavy metal zip. Like, it literally, like, it's just different. It's just much higher quality than other hoodies that I have, and I absolutely love it. And I've been wearing Wrstbhvr since, like, I think I got my hoodies at the start of this year, so I've washed them a lot, I've worn them a lot, and I can confidently say they are the best quality hoodies I've owned and tried. Nothing that I've tried comes close to these. If anyone has any other recommendations, please let me know, but these are my favourite hoodies. The pullover Haru hoodie, and this, I think it's called the Haru hoodie, but the zip. These are my absolute favourite hoodies. I don't really want to do like gym fit favourites in this, because I feel like I've very recently just done an Alphalete gym favourite fits, but I just wanted to, again, I feel like I can't do this video without mentioning it, and in case anyone is curious, my most worn favourite gym fit at the moment is a pair of contour shorts. These are Grand Central, and this is probably my most worn colour as of recently. I love it with black. I don't know why, I'm just loving black with this sort of like creamy nude colour. I'm just obsessed with it. But yeah, the Alphalete contour shorts, they're insanely glute flattering. They do pill and stuff, like, it is, I'm not going to say that they, you know, hold up the best, but I just fabric shave them, but they are incredibly flattering. They don't rip or anything like that, there's nothing like that, it's just that the fabric is a bit more delicate on them. But the more you wash them, they stiffen up a bit in terms of the fabric, the silicone wash comes off a bit, and they don't pill as much the more you wash them because they're not as soft and they're not as delicate. So that's something to keep in mind. But I've been loving these with the baby tees, which are restocking soon and they're coming in new colours. Any fitted long sleeve top, which I'll be completely honest, Alphalete don't have, so I have been wearing other ones. A fitted black long sleeve top or a white one, and like a full length one as well, I've really been enjoying. When I'm doing a long sleeve but a fitted crop one, I've been wearing the old Alphalete collective long sleeve crops, which are from like 4 or 5 years ago. I think they're actually from 5 years ago. One of the best products they've ever done. If you want to look for them on a resale website, the Alphalete collective long sleeve crops, they're very, 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 very flattering, very good for the gym. My only gripe is I wish that when they'd done that collection they'd done some full length options, because that fabric would have looked really good for like a snatch, not super snatchy, not compression, but like just a nice tight body fit long sleeve top. You won't catch me training in leggings, it's not really my thing. I feel like I get legging dysmorphia. I feel like the second I put on a pair of leggings I feel like 300 pounds lighter. It's really weird. I don't know what it is. I feel like I look like I've never stepped foot in a gym when I put leggings on. It's weird. So I'm more of a fan of shorts, and in winter I love hoodies with shorts. I love long sleeves with shorts. It's kind of confusing because why have you got a massive hoodie on with shorts on, but it just works, and I find that it gives me like the perfect level of like warmth but not overheating. So yeah, contour shorts with like a nice sleek fitted baby tee or a long sleeve full length crop. That's what I've been loving for my gym fits recently. And obviously my DIY tanks that I made, which I won't talk about because I feel like that's just a bit of a dumb thing to talk about, but I am loving my DIY tanks that I made from the men's vintage tanks. I cut them, I cut the shoulder, I cropped them, and I've been loving wearing those as well. So that's another one. Hydro jug, absolutely love it. I mentioned it in my last vlog and I've had a lot of DMs about it since, asking which size it is. It doesn't say which size it is, but it's the smallest one. I think it's the 20-ounce one. I do love my big one, but I'm using this one a lot more at the moment because I put my pre-workout in it, and it gives me like the perfect amount of water to drink my pre-workout. I can drink it on the way to the gym. Like sometimes if I was putting my pre-workout in my big one, it's like, well, I can't finish my pre-workout now because there's so much water with it. Like I'm not going to drink like a litre of water on the way to the gym. So I would actually say that at the moment I am preferring my small one, and when I go for a walk I can take it with me and it's not too much. You can put like warm drinks in these as well, but I've not tried that, so I'm not going to comment on it. But if you want like an iced coffee, again, it's a good size, it's not too big. And again, you can put these in your bag. Like this is full of water. Like it's full of water and nothing's coming out. Like it's literally, you can put these in your bag, they're completely leak proof. I've never had them leak, and I actually highly recommend them. I know that this is a bit more of like a typical influencer product and every man and their dog has a code. I actually don't have one, but I do love a hydro jug. If you need a code, a lot of people have got codes, so you'll be able to find one to use, but they are really good. I recommend them. They're worth the money. But again, the big one is just as indestructible. They literally, they don't leak. It's not going anywhere. So yeah, hydro jug. Love. And I've had a lot of questions. It's the smallest one, so I think it's 20 ounce. Okay, on the topic of pre-workouts and supplements in general, I don't have this here to show you, but I did get asked what my favourite protein supplement is at the moment, or my favourite protein supplements full stop. It is the ESN Peach Iced Tea Clear Whey. I burnt through my bag of that so quick. I had it every single day. I need to reorder it because I do actually want to have that. I love it. The only thing is, it gives you dry mouth, and I don't know why. When I finish drinking it, my mouth feels really like, you know, like when you've drank tonic, like my mouth just feels really like it needs moisturizer in it. That's the only thing. But that with ice, like when it's ice cold, is fucking delicious. It's not too sweet, it doesn't taste weird, it literally tastes like a peach iced tea, and I love it. Not an ad, not sponsored. I don't work with a supplement company for this reason, to be honest, because I like to get my supplements from everywhere. My other favourite, this is my top of all time, nothing comes close to it, Ghost Protein Hot Cocoa. Now, we are approaching Ghost Protein Hot Cocoa season. They only do it in the winter, which means it will be coming back. So keep your eyes peeled. I prefer the peppermint one, which is an unpopular opinion, but to me, the normal one tastes a bit more proteinish, and I don't know why. I noticed that last year, and I'm also not a huge fan of bits in things, and it's got little mini marshmallows in it. So the peppermint ghost hot cocoa, I pray that they bring back that specific one this year, because it is the best. It's especially on a cozy cold evening, just cracking open a bit of peppermint hot cocoa, and it's not super peppermint either, doesn't taste proteiny at all. It's a no-brainer. I love that product, and if you watched my vlogs last year, you know how much I loved that product. It actually, I want to know how many tubs of ghost hot cocoa protein we sold last year, because I think it was a lot. Okay, I think it was a lot. But yeah, Ghost, if you want to send me like a hefty supply of your protein hot cocoa, I am all arms open, because I love that, and I put a lot of people onto it last year. Okay, like, it's a good product, and I don't fuck with protein products like that. I think most of them taste like ass, to be completely honest. That one doesn't, and the ESN peach iced tea is my favourite as well. Pre-workouts, these have been my go-tos at the moment, because I did get asked. Again, this doesn't mean I don't like other ones I've mentioned before, it just means these have been my most used. The Ghost Pump Sour Strips Rainbow, this has also restocked recently, so I think it's permanent now. So yeah, the sour strips, it tastes like sour strips. Like, that is the only way I can describe it. There's no caffeine in it, there's no tingles in it, which is what I prefer from a pre-workout most of the time. I love it. I've had this a while, because I go between, for Ghost, I go between this and the pink lemonade one. I love both. I love both probably equally, but this was the one that I picked up when I went downstairs to pick up the products for this video, so yeah. And I've also been loving the Peace Signs Prolific Pre-Workout in Sour Peach Candy. This was sent to me, full disclaimer, I didn't pay for it. They did send this to me, but I do really like it. Now, this does have caffeine in it, but no tingles. It's a good pump product as well. It gives you a good pump. So I love the Peace Signs Pre-Workout in Sour Peach Candy. I really like this as well. If I had to pick, I'd choose Ghost. I just think the flavours they do are the best. It's definitely my favourite pre-workout, but I have been using both, so for the sake of transparency, these are my current fave pre-workouts, but if I'm picking one, it's Ghost. Pink lemonade or the sour strips one are my favourites. Okay, this one's a bit random, but whilst we're on the topic of the gym and fitness products, deodorant, because no one wants to be a smelly little bitch in the gym, okay? Mitchum Invisible No White Marks. This is my go-to deodorant. I restocked on it the other day. Random, but I wanted to really put my absolute favourite shit into this video. Yeah, Mitchum. It's just, Mitchum deodorant is, it's on top. It is the best deodorant. Mitchum Invisible No White Marks, clear fresh, 48-hour protection. This is my go-to deodorant. I love it. Roll-on. I'm a roll-on girl. I don't know. I don't like sprays. But yeah, this is my favourite deodorant, and it's a really good deodorant as well, so I wanted to recommend it. If you find that you struggle with deodorant, or you just don't think that they really work well for you, this is a good option. On the topic of scent, these are quite random, but it's a Mel made me do it moment. Oh my god, guys, I made a TikTok about Mel has, by the way, let's just do an honourable mention to Blank Street. That's always going to be a current favourite of mine now. I fucking love a Blank Street. It's just the best, honestly. Love a Blank Street. She's got her own drink with Blank Street, and I made a TikTok about it, and it's gone like, not viral, but semi-viral. Stormzy reposted it and commented on it. I am living in Stormzy's repost. Like, what the hell? She saw it, she reposted it, she commented on it. This fashion concept page on Instagram have used it. She put it on her Instagram story. I was like, guys, I was just saying, like, this is really cool. To last night after I'd been out, I was like, Stormzy commented on your TikTok. I was like, this has got to be a fake account. It wasn't. It wasn't. So Blank Street, an honourable mention. We love you, Blank Street. The iced banana bread matcha, I really like. I've seen very mixed reviews on it, but as somewhat of a Blank Street veteran, if you will, I really do think it depends who makes it. I know that they will have a standardised recipe, but some of them are more matcha-y than others, some of them are more banana-y than others, some of them are more cinnamon-y than others, so I think it depends. But when you get a good iced banana bread matcha, it's fucking good. Like, it slaps, and it doesn't taste like the yellow foam sweets or any of that weird shit. It tastes like a genuine banana bread. Like, it doesn't taste like the yellow foam sweets. It's not an artificial banana taste, in my opinion. It's delicious. It's up there with white chocolate for me, so big fan of that. And shout out to Mel, because that's iconic. Your own fucking drink with Blank Street. Are you joking? That is, she is the she's your favourite influencer's favourite influencer, okay? And I feel bad even calling her an influencer because she does so much more. She's Stormzy's stylist. I think she does interior design and decorations and stuff. She's so much more than that. She's a woman of luxury. She's a woman with taste, okay? And we love her around here. But there's a lot of influencers that don't actually influence. She fucking does. And it's because she doesn't come online talking rubbish. With that being said, she recommended Marks & Spencer's Clothes Freshening Mist and the Room Mist. I got the Calming Fresh Linen one, and for the Clothes Mist, at the moment I've got the Jasmine and Ylang Ylang one, but I do prefer the other ones. I feel like it's sandalwood and vanilla. That's the best one. But this one just smells like clean laundry. But if you own a lot of clothes, I was explaining this to someone yesterday, if you own a lot of clothes, you don't wear all your clothes all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, there might be certain things that sit in your wardrobe for 6 months because you've not worn them. So when you go to get them, obviously they're clean because you've not worn them, but they might smell a bit cupboardy, or they smell like the inside of a wardrobe. They smell a bit woody. They smell unworn, you know? There's, if you know, you know, but there's a specific smell of like a clothing piece that's just been sat in a cupboard and not been touched for like a few months. This is a lifesaver for that, like an actual genuine lifesaver. Yeah, the M&S Clothes Freshening Mist, and it's literally like £2.50, £3, and it's just, you spray it on. Obviously it does wet your clothes, so like don't do it just as you're about to leave the house, but spray it on and it just freshens them up. It makes them smell, especially in this scent, it makes them smell like they're fresh out of the washing machine again. So highly recommend, because no one wants to smell like a dusty, crusty wardrobe. Second thing is the Room Mist, the Calming Fresh Linen one. The clue is in the name. It really does smell like fresh bedding, like fresh linen. I love spraying this in my room when I've like washed my sheets. I'll be honest, my mum washed my bedding for me this week. We love you, Deborah. But like when my mum's done it, it smells like a clean hotel room, which might not be appealing to everyone, but it is to me, especially because for my perfumes and stuff, I like deep scents, really sweet scents. I don't want that in my bedroom as well. That's too much. I want like a clean scent. This is so good. I also spray it in my car sometimes as well, when my car smells a bit like, especially when it's been warm and I've been to the gym, like it smells a little bit like the leather just starts smelling a little bit strange. This comes in real handy for that as well. So yeah, random finds, but again, Mel made me do it and she wasn't fucking wrong. When is she ever? Maybe a different scent in the Clothes Mist. It's not my favourite one because it just smells like fresh laundry, but the sandalwood, is it sandalwood and vanilla? I can't remember, but that one, the one that's got sandalwood in it, love it. Okay, whilst we are on the topic of scent, let's talk body scent, let's talk hair scent. You guys know I'm a fragrance girly to my core and I have so many perfumes, so I've decided for this video I'm going to share my recent favourites. You guys know I love my Wrstbhvr, I love my Delina, but I've spoken about it a lot and I have different things that I've been enjoying recently, so I'm going to share those with you instead. But if you guys want me to do like a, maybe I shouldn't do a whole video on it, I feel like that's overkill, but if you want me to do a segment in a vlog talking about all my perfumes and which are my favourites and why, let me know. But for this one I'm going to I'm going to stick with my recent favourites. So first of all, Phlur Vanilla Skin. I have two because this one was running out and I've had this since May. Guys, I own a lot of perfume because I'm very interested in scent. I love perfume, I love fragrance. I own a lot of body mist, I own a lot of body lotions, I own a lot of perfume. It's like a hobby for me. So it's very rare that I will make this much of a dent in something because I rotate between things. I got this just before I went to Italy in May, and this is how it looks now. I've recently, like this week, restocked because Space NK was sold out for ages, and I've got the big one. Don't buy the big one if you don't know you like the scent, okay? Don't do that. But this body mist is just, first of all, it's my most complimented body mist ever. I don't find body mists get that many compliments. I know that people are like, oh my god, when I wear the Sol ones I get so many compliments. Really? I don't. I think they smell like mouldy moss, personally, and I've never been complimented on them ever. I don't want to say every time I wear it, that's overkill, but I do get compliments on it a lot, like to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm getting a lot of, like I notice it, I pick up on it, I know I'm getting a lot of compliments on it. It's, let's go over the notes. It's pink pepper, pink apple, sugar crystals, jasmine, cashmere wood, benzoin, vanilla, sandalwood, agarwood. So with that being said, if you like a super sweet vanilla scent, like you want to smell like a cupcake, I don't think you'll like this. But if you want a vanilla that's a little bit more grown up without being like a Dior vanilla, which literally smells like a leather couch, this is a really good in-betweenie. It smells like to me it smells like a genuine vanilla extract with like a little bit of wood to it. It doesn't smell like a cupcake or super sugary. It's like a vanilla with like more depth to it, and it's a very addictive scent for me, and I love it. And a lot of people have bought this based off my recommendation, and the feedback has been 10 out of 10. For a body spray, good longevity, but it's a body spray. It's not the same concentration as a perfume or like a cologne or an extract, so you're never going to get that same long weariness from a body spray, and I'm very cautious of not selling you down the river with this. It does last a lot better than most body sprays. It lasts longer on my skin than Sol de Janeiro, for example. It's a body spray, but honestly in sort of like potency, it gives more perfume. They do have a perfume, but I only got it yesterday and I've not used it long enough, so I'm not going to recommend you that. But the body spray, absolutely. If you like a vanilla with depth, really good, and a really good vanilla going into the colder seasons because it's not so like sticky, sickly sweet. I just love it. I think it's amazing. So yeah, the Phlur Vanilla Skin Hair and Body Fragrance Mist. Love it, and the proof is in the pudding. I'm on a restock and I've got a bigger bottle of it. I wear the hell out of it, especially for the gym. It's a really good gym scent. Second thing, following on like more of like a weak scent, the Byredo Mojave Ghost hair perfume. This was a really random purchase, but I love the scent of Mojave Ghost, but Byredo is notoriously poor for longevity, and I don't mind it if I really love a scent, but they are quite expensive, so I decided to pick up the hair perfume. Love it. This clings in my hair beautifully. Like I'll be going through the day and I'll be like, oh, like something smells nice, and then I'm like, oh, it's my hair. Mojave Ghost is a clean girl scent, and I know that sounds really like wishy-washy, but it's just like a very, not fresh in a fruity way, not fresh in a floral way, it's just a clean girl scent. Like you just smell like you've done a really good body care routine, not with anything too sweet, not with anything too floral or citrusy. It's just a very, it's addictive as well, and I don't know what it is. Like I can't work out what it is. It's almost got like a hint of like really watered down watermelon in it, but I don't think that's a note. I don't think that's a thing. But yeah, and if you like Byredo scents, honestly I feel like the hair perfumes might be the move because the longevity isn't the best. I own one of their perfumes and it's okay for longevity, but it's not the best. So the Byredo hair perfumes I think are really underrated, and I can feel in the bottle I've used like this much, and I got it in Manchester, what, like 3-4 weeks ago. Love it, especially for like, you know, let's say you are going to see someone and your hair's a little bit greasy, but you don't want to wash it because it's not hair wash day yet, but you also don't want them to be like getting too close to your head and thinking, why does her hair smell like shit? Just spray this on it. Fixed. Problem solved. Very handy to have, very cute diddy can, and much more reasonably priced in terms of how long this lasts in my hair, because it lasts a lot longer than the perfume would. Than the perfumes are. So yeah, Byredo Mojave Ghost. For perfume, and again, this is crazy guys, because I usually rotate through perfumes. This kills me because can you see my lips? I look really funny right now. Hi guys, how you doing? Stunning. Gorge. This is the Louis Vuitton, and I'm just gonna let you read it because I'm gonna butcher the name. That's the scent. I bought this two to 3 weeks ago. Please tell me how I've dented it this much already. Like, I do not dent perfumes this quick, but this is addictive. I've worn it pretty much every single day since I got it. I don't know how to describe it. I looked up the notes and I was like, yeah, but no. Like, it just smells really sweet, really girly. It's not a very me perfume. Like, usually I like something like vanilla skin, like with a bit more depth, or something that's almost very unisex leaning. This is very girly, very feminine, very sweet, bright, fresh, floral, fruity. That is how I would describe it. And it's just addictive. Like when I put this on, again, I'm catching whiffs of myself through the day and I'm like, oh. Or like if I wear it on like an evening and then I get into bed and I wake up the next morning, I can still smell it, and it's just addictive. That's the only way I can describe it. It's very girly, it's very feminine. Every single time I wear it I get a lot of compliments on it, so I do think it projects well on me. I've seen very mixed things about the longevity, so I think it depends on the person, but on me it lasts really well on me. I would say I get like a good 6 hours and I feel like I can smell it even after. Yeah, I would say that the longevity and stuff on this is really good for me. but it might not be for everyone. It's very expensive, so make sure that you sample it before you buy it, but one of my absolute favourite perfumes at the moment. And it's a nice change because I feel like a lot of mine are quite heavy, and this is strong, but it's not a heavy perfume. It's not like a super deep perfume. It's, I don't want to say basic in scent, but it is a bit more of like a linear scent. Like, it's not too crazy, but it's a crowd pleaser. It gets a lot of compliments. I really like it. I kind of want to eat my arm when it's on. Like, it's not a gourmand scent, but like I kind of want to eat my arm when it's on my arm. Like, I don't know, it makes me feel like a pretty princess when I wear it, and I love it. So that's my favourite perfume at the moment. And again, the dent really doesn't lie. Guys, I don't dent perfumes like this ever. Like, it's crazy how much I've gone through with it already. So yeah, I also really like the packaging. I just feel like it looks really clean and really pretty. But those are all my scents at the moment that are my absolute like go-to favourites. So I'm going to move on to some body care favourites. The Ouai St. Bart's body cleanser. I can feel it. I'm like down to here. Love it. It smells like a very fresh sort of watermelon-y kind of scent. It's like a watermelon coconut-y kind of scent. Now, going into winter, this might be switched out for something a bit more deep, maybe like a little bit woody, a little bit oody, but at the moment I'm still loving it. I feel really clean and fresh when I use it. It's a nice experience. It's quite strong as well. Like, I can actually smell this on my skin after I've showered, which I don't find with all body washes, so I do really like that about it as well, and I really like it. And I don't really get like attached to body washes, to be honest. Like, I'm not really a body wash person, but this is just really nice, and I just feel clean. Well, you would hope so. I just feel clean when I've used it. And I also don't find that this is like irritating my arms. I have KP on my arms. I don't find that it's irritating that either. So yeah, this is nearly empty and it's been well loved and well used. Other favourite body care item, it just wouldn't be this video without me talking about this. I started using this at the back end of last year. I went and checked on Amazon, I've gone through like 10 bottles since. I love this so much, and I've spoken about it on Instagram recently, and so many of you have gone and bought it, and you also love it. It's the EOS Vanilla Cashmere Body Lotion. They do other scents, but it's this scent in particular. When I was in America, I smelt the other scents and they smelt a bit weird to me, so I'm not a fan of the other ones. It's literally just this one that I like. It smells like straight up vanilla. It's very sweet, but in like a warm way, like not in a sickly way, it's in a warm way. It's very moisturising. I found that with the Sol de Janeiro one, like the Bum Bum Cream, smelt nice and like the smell stayed, but it wasn't very moisturising in my opinion. This is a lot more moisturising. It's definitely superior. And for my UK girls, it is more expensive in like the grand schemes of a moisturiser. It's £20 on Amazon at the moment. It fluctuates between £15 and about £22 depending on when you order it. I don't know why, but it's a lot more moisturising than the Sol one, and I prefer the smell of this. The Sol Bum Bum Cream is like a bit more coconutty, a bit more like holiday sort of scent. This one is just like a straight up very sweet, but not too sweet, warm, cosy vanilla scent. That's the only way I can describe it. My only gripe with this is the packaging is awful. The packaging is, first of all, it's not very cute. You know, it's not very good looking. Second of all, once you hit to about here, you've still got a lot of moisturiser in there, but the pump won't get it out. So I have to like cut the bottle in half to get the rest of the product out. That's the only thing that I don't like about it. I keep rebuying it. I absolutely love it. I've literally just restocked on it. It's very moisturising, the smell is amazing, and this is a compliment getter. Like, started talking about this on Instagram because I went into the gym one day and one of the PTs was like, we can literally smell, like, what do you wear? Because I want to get it for my girlfriend. So I was like, oh, it's like all I've got on today is this. Like, do you mean specifically today? Because this was all I had on. And then the other PT was like, no, like, I can smell you as you come in through the door. Like, I know when you're in the gym because I can smell you, and it's this. So other people can smell it as well. And if you are a vanilla girly, great base for putting on things like Bianco Latte, Vanilla Skin, Lattafa Eclair, like Paid Gourmand, like any of those sort of like very popular vanilla scents will sit really well on top of this for like a vanilla experience. But yeah, this is my absolute favourite body moisturiser. I've never rebought multiple to this extent of a body moisturiser before. So yeah, the EOS Shea Butter 24-hour moisturiser body lotion, my absolute favourite. I've spoken about it to death. Everybody knows. EOS, if you want to send me, you know, like a few bottles of it, it would be much appreciated, because I fear I have recommended this to a lot of people and a lot of people have bought it and a lot of people love it and they'll rebuy it because they love it so much. So maybe we should just get like a collective, you know, like a cool 700 bottles of the EOS Vanilla Cashmere Lotion. My absolute favourite. Honestly, in terms of like everything in this video, this is probably top 5 of like my obsessions, favourite things, keep rebuying, would stand on business for the foreseeable future. Love this moisturiser. They just need to change the packaging. Some more body care fake tan I always get asked about. This, oh my god, this rose and caramel. It's annoying because I don't like I don't want to say promoting stuff, but I don't really like talking about stuff that's like huge on TikTok Shop. I don't know why, I've just got a bit of a vendetta against TikTok Shop because of the way that people go about it. They'll be like, this thing is now cheaper than a slice of pizza. And I just find the way that people, does anyone else just think it's crazy? I feel like I'm on QVC when I open that app sometimes. I bought it in Boots on a whim. This is my second tub and I'll be on to my third. It's a tan remover. It's the Rose and Caramel Purity XL 60-second tan remover. You put it on dry skin, leave it 60 seconds, get in the shower with a glove or a brush, and then you can buff off your fake tan. Loving Tan, which I'll get onto in a second, is my favourite tan at the moment. Very hard to get off when it's not ready to come off. This is the only thing that can lift it for me when in an emergency where it's like, my tan doesn't need to come off, but I need it to be fresh because maybe I've got photos to take or I'm going somewhere. This massively helps with that. You do use the product very quickly, but it's not that expensive, especially if you get it on TikTok Shop. It's literally cheaper than a slice of pizza. You can usually get a deal on it on TikTok Shop, but yeah, it's like a very runny scrub. The only thing I would say is do not do 2 layers of this. Like, do not put it on, scrub off, and then if it's not still not come off for whatever reason, put more on. Do not do that. I've done that and it like burnt my skin. Not good. But when I just do 1 layer, it's fine and it gets my fake tan off really easy, a lot easier than anything else would. And I've not found that it's like flared up my arms or anything as well, which is interesting because most other things have. I've tried other tan removers and I just found them so stripping on my skin, but I don't find this stripping. It doesn't make me feel like everything's been sucked out of my skin and it's just horribly dry. It's a life changer for me because I used to dread having to take my tan off and redo it, but now it's a lot easier thanks to this favourite tan at the moment, which is Loving Tan Platinum. I changed my mind on this massively. When I first bought this and used it, I was like, it's no darker than the ultra dark one, I don't get it. However, what I've come to realise is this gets a lot darker. Sort of like you rinse it and then it gets darker for like, I would say it gets darker for the next 2 days. It's what I've got on at the moment. My hands are a bit, actually no, to be fair, my hands are fine. It's what I've got on at the moment, but it's a very, to me, on my skin, because of how I naturally tan, when I tan I go brown/orange. This says it's a natural olive colour. I don't think this is olive at all. Even if you look at this, it's quite red, it's quite orange. When I say orange, don't panic, it doesn't make it like an Oompa Loompa, but it's quite red, brown, orange toned. I don't find this olive at all, but it just looks really natural on me because it looks like the colour I would be if I'd gone on a holiday for 2 weeks and like smashed suntan in. But yeah, I'm a massive fan of fake tan because I don't believe in sunbeds anymore. Full transparency, I used to use sunbeds when I was younger. I don't use them anymore. I won't touch them. I would highly recommend that you don't either. Each to their own, but I would highly recommend that you don't. Yes, it's annoying when it goes patchy. Yeah, it smells a bit weird when you've got it on for like the first, well, before you rinse it off, because this one doesn't smell too bad. Yeah, it's annoying that you have to wash your bed sheets, but it's not more annoying than having skin cancer and all that good stuff. Well, all that very bad stuff. So big fan of fake tan, and this is my favourite one. I also really like the Ultra Dark Express one that they do, but I do use this one the most. Like my one and done, I'm not going to touch it for another week. And if you moisturise properly, like I do, using this, I've done a full tanning routine before, but if you moisturise it properly, it does last a week. Like it lasts bang on 7 days, and then on the 7th day it starts to go a bit questionable. So yeah, the Loving Tan Platinum or the Ultra Dark Express, both are brilliant. If you like a very green tan, you won't like it, but if you prefer more brown, orange, sort of reddy undertone tan, you will love it, and you will love the Ultra Dark one as well. Hair, one of my absolute favourites. This is going in my favourites because I've gone through like 4 bottles of it. Ouai Detox Shampoo. I don't use this every wash because you shouldn't use it every wash. I use it maybe once every 1.5 weeks. I don't use it every single week. I would say, yeah, once every like 10 days I will use this, just because I feel like, you know, sometimes when you wash your hair and it doesn't feel clean, like it still feels a bit greasy, that's when I know I need to use this, because it just means I've got too much product in my hair and it's just, it needs taking back to basic. You can't use it every wash because it is like a little bit stripping, but like I said, this is like my 3rd bottle of this, and it's very rare I will use multiple bottles of a shampoo because I'm not very loyal with it. I'm not loyal when it comes to hair care, especially shampoo and conditioner. I like trying different things, but I've gone through like 3 to 4 bottles of it. It's just brilliant. It makes my hair feel born again. It feels clean. As far as like hair care goes, I'm not super loyal with it, so this, in terms of hair product, is my #1 favourite. It's something that I always go back to, and that when I feel like my hair's not going quite right, I'll just detox shampoo my hair and then all is well in the world again. So yeah, the Ouai detox shampoo I really love. Oh, I forgot this for body care, but this is Patrick Ta. You can do no wrong. You can do no wrong. This is the She's on Vacation All Over Glow Balm. I bought this in February and I absolutely love it. She's Glossy is like the clearer one, but this is fine for me. Like it's not this colour when it's on your skin. It's just like a bronzy shimmer. You do need to use quite a lot of it to get the wet look, but it literally makes your skin look wet. Like you don't have huge chunks of glitter everywhere. It just gives like a really nice glow. It makes you look really nicely moisturised, and like it makes your skin look wet. And I can't do like a night evening thing without putting this on. Like I love putting this on my legs. It just is the best glow product in my opinion, and I absolutely love it. And quite like a thin pan, but like I said, I've had this since February and I've used it for like every single thing I've been to, and I've still got a lot of product left, and I do use a lot of it, so I think it's worth the money because it lasts a long time as well. I also have the brush, but honestly I wouldn't necessarily say that you need the brush. I think you can use any brush that works for you, so just use whatever brush you want. And every single time I post about it, or I post and it's obvious that my skin is glowy, so many questions on what it is, it's this Patrick Ta All Over Body Balm in She's on Vacation. Love it. In terms of makeup, I have 2 things that I have been loving for a while. One of them is the Nude Sticks Nudies Matte Bondi Bell bronzer stick. I've just restocked on this, so it lasted me a long time because I bought the first one in America last summer. It lasted me a year and I've just refilled it. It's just like the perfect, well for me, obviously it's going to be different for everyone, but for me it's the perfect bronzy shade. Like it's not too orange, it's not too cool toned, it's like bang in the middle. It's the bronzer that I've got on today. It's not too dark, it's not too light, it just works perfectly for me. I really like the formula, it's very easy to blend, and if you are like on the go, it does also come with a little brush, so sometimes I will literally just shove this in my bag, and I wear it sometimes even without anything else. If I just look a bit ill, or because I fake tan and like it comes off my face quicker, I will just put this on its own just to give me a bit of a bronze look, and it's just really nice. The shade works really well for me, and again, not super loyal with my makeup products, so the fact that I've rebought it says a lot. Yeah, it's my favourite cream bronzing product by a mile. The shade is just really good. It's not too orange. I hate it when something's too orange, so yeah. The Nude Sticks in Bondi Bell. Second thing is, which I wasn't oh fucking hell, I've just nearly pulled that out. I wasn't that impressed by this when I first got it. It's the Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tin Hydrating Foundation Stick. Now, Charlotte Tilbury, I wouldn't say this is a foundation stick. This is like, it says Glow Tin Foundation Stick. It's a tin. It's very glowy. If you go and watch any of my recent vlogs, that's what I've got on. I wear it every single day. I don't have it on today. I've got on Armani Luminous Silk, but every single day, Monday to Friday, this is what I wear if I've got makeup on, for like a daytime thing. It just, at first I wasn't impressed, but then I realised I was using it every day and I was like, it's okay to admit that you really love something. And I really love it. Like, it's so natural looking. It's glowy, but it does blur at the same time. I don't know how to describe it. Now, if you don't set it, it's way too much glow. Far too much glow. It looks greasy. But with a little bit of setting powder, it's just like the perfect amount of glow and blur. It's super light. It's thin. So thin, you can't see it on the skin really. You can't feel it on the skin. There's no real coverage. It's more of like a tint. Like, it just gives you a little bit of colour and a bit of glow. I wouldn't recommend it if you're super oily or you don't like that look, but if you like dewy, glass looking skin, you will really like this. And for me, the liquid Hollywood filter, because that's what it's very similar to, that broke me out. I loved it, but it broke me out. I've been using this for like 2 months now and it doesn't break me out, so I love it. I use the shade 5 medium. Yeah, like I said, I've used it pretty much every single day since I got it. Super nice for every day, and even for when I'm going out, sometimes I like to mix it with my Armani Luminous Silk. Like I'll put this on as like a layer underneath for like a glowy primer almost, and then put my Armani Luminous Silk on. Really good, but if you're super oily or you don't want glow, you won't like it. But if you want something super glowy, it looks stunning. Moving on to skincare, these are like my top 3 at the moment. Now, an honourable mention to the Tay Milky Toner, but it's not been long enough yet. I need to wait and see if it breaks me out. I love how it feels on my skin. It feels amazing. I feel like it's really making my skin look good, but I want to give it a few more weeks just to check if it breaks me out or not, because otherwise I don't want to be like, oh, it was my favourite product, but it completely broke me out. This, we're nearly out again. So rare for this to happen with a product for me, because I get in a really bad habit of not using what I've got and buying something new. This is the Haru Haru Wonder Black Rice Hyaluronic Acid Toner. I'm really loving Korean skincare. Free of alcohol and fragrance. I bought this in February in London. No, not February. April in London, and I've used it every day since. This is something that I feel like it just makes my skin look really plump and hydrated. And if my skin is ever going through a phase where something's breaking me out and I don't know what it is, or my skin just feels off and not quite right, and I've been using different products and experimenting, I go back to this and I swear within like 2 days my skin looks great again. I don't know what it is. I don't know what magic they've put in it. I've even lost the lid. Like, that's how heavily used it is. I don't know where I've put the lid, but I love it. It's a super, like, it's like slightly thicker than water in terms of like texture, but I love it. And yeah, it's very calming, it's very soothing, it makes my skin look really glowy. And I just feel like when my skin is going through a weird period where something's going wrong with it and I can't work out what it is, I always go back to that and it fixes me right up. Second thing is the Fenty Skin Plush Pudding Lip Balm. Mine's in the melon flavour. You don't eat it, but the melon scent. First of all, the packaging on this is so cute. I love that you just go, like, you twist it and then it like pops up out of here. The packaging is just, that's wasteful because I'm going to put the lid on now, but the packaging is so cute. This is a lip mask, so for day to day, my Summer Fridays Iced Coffee Lip Balm is my favourite. I use it every single day. I love it. It smells amazing. It's just my favourite lip balm. But for a night time, I put this on every single night and I wake up the next morning with it still. Obviously it's not on my mouth to the same extent, but it's still there and I can feel that it's actually done something. Whereas a lot of lip products, I feel like you just have to keep reapplying it and it's not really doing anything. It's just sort of fixing it whilst it's on there, but as soon as it's gone, it's not doing anything. This feels like it's genuinely moisturising my lips, and when I wear my retainers sometimes, especially when I've not worn them for a while, I get cracks here. This, it happened the other day, it's fixed it within like 2 days. So I love this. It's my favourite deeply moisturising lip product by a mile. Way prefer it to Laneige. It's way better than Laneige. The packaging's cuter. I like the fact that I don't have to dig my nail in it, and it makes your lips look really good as well, especially this one. It's got like little bits of like glitter in it. Obviously it's like yellow, so it doesn't really tint your lips, but it's got little bits of like glow in it. I just think it's fantastic. I love it a lot. Highly recommend the Plush Pudding Fenty Skin Lip Balm. Final thing for my skincare is the Medik8 Retinal. This is a fresh bottle because I've actually not used it for a month, but in terms of skincare, this is one of my favourites. I started using retinol last year and I've stuck with Medik8 since I started using retinol. They basically start on like a lower strength and then you go up. So I've gone from like the lowest one and I'm now on 6. I've taken a month off, so I've gone back to 6 for my fresh bottle because I don't feel like I'm ready for 10 yet. A lot of people, when they try retinol, I feel like it really messes with the skin and like breaks them out and they have to purge. I feel like with this one, it's because you work your way up, it's a much more comfortable introduction to a retinol. And this is a retinal, not a retinol. Do I know the difference? No. I'm not going to pretend that I do. It's my favourite one. I have tried others and they have broken me out immediately. So I've tried cheaper ones, I have, and I don't think it's the fact that they're cheaper, I think it's just the fact that they don't grade up, and I don't have the time to be going through like intense purging on my skin, especially when I need to film, I need to take pictures and stuff. So yeah, the Medik8 Retinal, and I noticed such a big, I don't really have problematic skin, but I notice a huge difference in my skin texture when I'm not using this. And I've noticed like I've started to get like little bumps and stuff on my forehead again in the month off of me using this, so I'm excited to have it again. I really love it. You can work your way up. It's going to be super gentle because you are working your way up, but it genuinely does work as well. And yeah, you basically just keep working your way up. I've done a skincare routine where I've spoken about this, so I won't go too in depth, but it's one of my like ride or die staples of a skincare routine. I've missed it in the month that I've not had it. I was thinking about like skincare favorites. I can't do skincare favorites without it because I've always had relatively good skin, but I feel like this has been one of the things that introducing it has helped me make the most of having good skin, if that makes sense. Like I feel like it just takes it to a different level. Final things are just jewelry related. So recently I've been sharing a bit more about jewelry. I'm not going to go over my like sentimental stuff as much. This was my grandma's ring, so there's nothing there. This is a panther ring which I got in Italy. I got it in Lucha, so it's like a little panther. It's quite chunky, and he's got a little diamond ring in his mouth. It's very different, like the contrast. I feel like this is such like an old ring aesthetic, and then this is very like, it's a little bit edgier, but I love the contrast between the two. Like some people will say that doesn't go at all. To me, I like the contrast. So these are my favorite rings at the moment. I'm really liking my panther ring. I just love it, and I love the fact that I just got it from a nice little shop in Italy as well. So it's quite, it's not unique because panther rings are a thing. I like the fact that, you know, I got it in Italy. It's got a bit more meaning to it. And then on my other hand, this is a wedding band. I'm not married. I won't be getting married anytime soon, but it's melted down from my grand's gold that she had, so that's sentimental as well. And then these are from And Other Stories, which is amazing. Oh my god, Anthropology and Other Stories, if you want cheaper jewelry but that's gonna last, because these haven't tarnished either, and it just looks cool, and you want some like more statement pieces, those are the best shops for jewelry. Like they are the best. So these are both from And Other Stories. This is like a squiggle gold ring. They're just plated. They're not, they weren't super expensive. And then this one's like a multicolored gem ring, and I love wearing these together. And these are my favourite rings at the moment. But yeah, And Other Stories and Anthropology for your jewellery. And I get asked every single time I include my hand when I've got these on. People are like, where are those rings specifically from? They're from And Other Stories. I would also recommend checking out E&E jewellery as well. I've got this bracelet, this Evil Eye one. This is from E&E jewellery. They do snake stuff, they do panther stuff. They do a lot of Evil Eye stuff, they do a lot of cross stuff, they do necklaces, bracelets, rings, so much variety. So I would highly recommend checking them out. So yeah, that's another good, like, more affordable. Most things are plated, but it's a lot cheaper than like your Astrid and Miyu, for example, which I still love for like earrings. But yeah, I really like this bracelet. I just think it's super pretty, and I love anything sort of Evil Eye related. Absolute favourite jewellery piece at the moment is this chain. So the pendant is actually custom made. It's made, again, it's sentimental. My gran had a brooch that had sapphires and diamonds in, and we're not going to use a brooch, so my mum said that we could get everything basically dismantled and made into two pendants, one for my sister and one for me. And I think my mum got a pair of earrings, so I took in a berries design, sorry berries, and I wanted this making. It's very, I'm going to try and get closer to the camera so that you can see. So this is what I decided to do. It's all diamonds. I didn't want any of the sapphires on it, I just wanted diamonds, so that's what we did. And yeah, I actually took this from a berries design, so if it looks similar to a berries necklace, that's why, but it's all diamonds. But the highlight, well, obviously that's a highlight because I love it, but it was on a bit of a thicker chain before. I have such a weird thing about necklace chains. Like, I want something where from a distance it almost looks like this pendant is just floating in the ether. It's not attached to anything. which I feel like this is what that chain gives. Anything thicker than this and I just don't like it. I don't know what it is. This is like the thinnest chain I've ever found, to the point where I'm slightly concerned it might break, but so far so good. And I've switched my pendant out so that I can now wear it more, because obviously it's really sentimental. I want to wear it. It's stunning. So now I have this chain, and the chain is super skinny. Like, guys, look at how skinny this is, please. It's so thin. And I'm gonna link it, but it's from Etsy. It's from a shop called Atypical Thing, and it's the Barely There necklace. I got the 20-inch one because I knew I would need some extra inches, because I have to factor in the fact that I do have traps. Always keep that in mind, by the way, if you're a gym girly, when you're going for a necklace length. If you have traps and stuff, it will sort of, I don't want to say make your neck wider, but you will need to factor that in terms of length. So I actually got the 20-inch one, and it's just so barely there. Like, it looks like it's melting into my skin, and I feel like if someone was to take a picture of me with flash from a distance, it would just look like there's something glistening on my skin. Like, you wouldn't be able to tell it's a necklace, which is exactly what I wanted. And it sounds really simple, but guys, it's so hard to find something that is truly this fine. So yeah, Atypical Thing, Barely There chain. Not had this a long time, I've only had it a week, but I wanted to mention it just because I've been so impressed with it so far. Like, it's just the perfect. I've not been able to find a chain like this before, and it's perfect, so I wanted to share it with the class. I felt like I couldn't do some jewellery faves without talking about it, so yeah, this is my necklace that I will be wearing. Not every single day, but if you see me wearing this necklace, that's what it is. It's a custom made pendant, and then the chain is Etsy's Atypical Thing store Barely There necklace, 20 inches, and I believe it's made from recycled gold. So those are all my current favourite things that I've been obsessed with, either recently or pretty much since the start of this year. Like my Wrstbhvr hoodies, my Ghost pre-workouts, my Patrick Tart, my Medik8, that's more than a year, my Zara jeans, that's more than a year, the EOS body lotion, that's about a year. So these are like my absolute favourite things in each sort of, not in every category, but just an accumulation of shit that I really love and I can stand on business for, and it's things I genuinely use, love, recommend, and I just want to spread some positivity. Like I said, I feel like a lot of the times when I'm talking about product, I'm talking about things I don't like and why I don't like them, and I'm not a miserable bitch, guys. Like, I know it's shocking stuff, but I'm not a miserable bitch. I do actually really like talking about things that I love. In fact, it's the only thing that I enjoy more than talking about things that I don't love. So yeah, I hope this has been like a nice change to see me suggesting some things that I really love. Obviously, don't go and buy everything, but yeah, these are just some of my current favourites. Some more random than others, not in the sense of like it's random, just in the sense of like I feel like a deodorant in this video, in the same video as like me talking about like perfumes and clothes. Quite random, but it's a favourite, and I really curated this list for you guys. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed listening to me yap about some of my current favourite things. If you've got any questions about anything that I've spoken about, please just let me know. I'm gonna link everything down below, so you will have links. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to and you haven't already. Let me know what other videos you guys want to see. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. I could do one like, maybe not monthly. I feel like monthly it's going to be the same stuff over and over again. We can come up with a time frame, every 3 months, every 6 months, once a year. What do you want me to do? If you want me to talk about anything else more in vlogs, you know, if you really like me talking about perfume, let me know. If you really like seeing me talk about normal clothes, let me know. If you really love how passionate I am about socks and you want to hear more in vlog, let me know. But I will love you and leave you. I hope you have an amazing Sunday, and I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.